Look, just sharing a few thoughts, right? Yeah, I've just noticed something on newsfeed. It's what's called this ancient confession found. We invented Jesus, right? And it's quite yeah, it's quite interesting. It's not something I don't already know, kind of thing, or questioned, or even said myself. I've said this myself anyway. Me. Not some professor or some uh, scholar. You know, I've I've said myself. Jesus Christ was religion was invented. It was made up story, but not by people on earth. Nobody on earth, right, would have the wisdom and the intelligence to create, Jesus Christ and everything that surrounds it. Don't look at Jesus Christ, right, the simplicity, right, of watching a 2-hour film based on his life, going around making the blind see, making the sick, well, raising, people can't walk and the rest of it, right, and turning water into wine. Don't look at, Jesus and base that's what, people made up. The story of Jesus. The Bible, it's life's lesson, it's life's morals. It's the structure for our society, for forgiveness, right? And nobody on earth, right, could invent, the story of Jesus and the context of the Bible. Impossible. It can't be for mass control because, for instance, right, there's a difference between inventing somebody, right, to control society, right, but what comes within that control, right, is absolutely beyond what anybody could imagine writing, to control, society, to control people, so it's possible that Jesus was invented, but not by people on earth, not by the Romans. No, you think about this, right? The Bible, right, is this timeless, right? It's lessons for today. It's got events in history today. The Romans wouldn't have known that, in 30 BC or whenever Jesus were around. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, right? But the Romans wouldn't have known, that had that kind of intelligence and wisdom. No, no way. No, absolutely ludicrous to think that any Roman, even the highest educated, your Roman of the time, would not have had the wisdom, the intelligence to invent the story of Jesus and everything that surrounds it without repeating myself. The Bible is not about Jesus, right? It's everything in there. It's hope, it's compassion, it's love, it's forgiveness. It's morals, it's family structure. It's not purely based on control society. It's not. I mean, how could the Romans? Again, you know what? I'll just stick to my own thoughts. Rather than digressing into things I know, I know nothing about. Right. But it's like you could get J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, Shakespeare, Jane Austen, right? All the great minds in history, all the great writers in history. You could put them in a room, right, for 2 years, right? Put all their minds together, all their skills, all their ability, all their imagination. Put them in a room for 2 years, and they could never write the Bible. They could never write a book in such chronicle order, and that's all of them in the same room. Never mind over a thought. 40 authors within the Bible over time. It's like to make up that kind of story and chronologically construct it in order, with information passed on to the next person. Impossible for anybody. In today's day and age, never mind in Romans days. Never mind in the days of the Romans, right? So it's possible that, but I mean, I've said it myself. That a religion, was obviously put on earth, for the lessons of life, for our understanding of compassion, love, and forgiveness, right? I've said it myself. 3, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, well before this came out, well before any of this information came out, I've said this by my own thoughts that it was created for the moral structure, right, and to divide, to cause, the divide between religions, to cause wars. You think about it. right? If there was one known God, right, and there was no Islam, right, no Christianity, it was just one known, God. Everybody would have that bond. There would be no divide. You know what? I'd probably question if there'd be racism. I don't think there'd be a sense of, you know, I don't know if there's, there's a link there between racism and religion, racial hatred and religious hatred. It's like if there wasn't religion, right, and just one known God, would there still be racism? I suppose if it's past, if the word that is never going to be brought into existence into proof, is it? I mean that's what the word if means. If what kind of thing, right? So that's why religion was created to divide as well. Not only to bring the moral structure, but to divide, right? Right, for instance, right, two people sat on a train, right? One's black, one's white, right? And they don't know each other, but they're a bit prejudiced. They've been brought up in a family of we talk to us, you leave them, we don't like intertwine, we don't mix kind of thing. Right, and they sat there on the train's pretty full, so they're forced together. They're not sat there through choice, but they're forced together because they're over seats. And they sat across from each other, and, no talking whatsoever. One's looking out a window, one's reading paper, maybe looking, to his left kind of thing, and that kind of thing. And then one of them pulls out a West Ham, a football magazine, and they're both West Ham supporters. And the white guy, the black guy, so it's a black guy who pulls out the West Ham, programme, and the white guy says, "Fucking hell, mate, getting now your fucking West Ham supporter, mate," right? And fucking the black guy, "Yeah, mate, fucking I'm hard, fucking West Ham all the fucking way, me, mate," right? Straight away they've got that instant bond. They've got that instant bond under the banner of West Ham. So then that racial, that colour, that divide unites. You understand? Based under that one banner of West Ham, and they get talking about Bobby Moore and FA Cup and and just I'm forever singing, I'm forever blowing bubbles and all that kind of stuff, right? Right, and then they unite under that banner of West Ham, that common bond, that common interest that brings them together. So there's no such thing as colour now. They look at each other, and they're looking at a person, they're looking at a human being. They're not seeing black, they're not seeing white. They're not seeing nothing apart from mutual respect, mutual interest, and united under one banner. Right, and that's the same with religion. Right, if there were one known religion, right, and there were no Islam, Christianity, Judaism, right, one known, everybody would be united under that banner. Now, I'm not saying there wouldn't be racism, like I say, if and, who knows, right, but, there wouldn't be wars, there wouldn't be crusades, there wouldn't be hatred, there wouldn't be divide, because everyone would be united, right? So it is possible that religion was invented. And I'll say something now, right? If it's not invented, right, and Jesus is real, right, I'm fucked, I'm telling you, right? Because the things I've said about God and all that kind of thing, I'll tell you what, I think even Satan will say, "Hey, listen, mate, not fucking coming in here." I'm telling you now, because, you know what I mean? I mean, fair enough, right? The things you said about God and God's sent you here, but I'm having nothing to do with you. You have to fuck off somewhere else. I'm sorry for my language, right? But it's just the way it is, right? It's just the way it is, right? So, yeah. So it is possible that religion was invented for the moral structure of love and understand. Because how would we understand about love and forgiveness and compassion without the story of Jesus? How would we wouldn't even have hope, right? Some people don't have anything, but I've done a video on this, don't take people's faith away, don't take people's faith away, right? But no man on earth could create the story of Jesus. No government could create Jesus to control society. No one. Nobody could. And don't you think it's a bit contradictory to actually create Jesus? To control society when it's probably have the opposite effect. Or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, I probably don't. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. Let's have a little read. Was Jesus based on a real person in history? The short answer is no. It says, in fact, he may be the only fictional character in literature whose entire life story can be traced to other sources. One of those sources are all laid bare. They're simply not written left. You see, it's I think it could be right. And where's this come from anyway? Where's this in ancient confession found we invented Jesus? What does that even mean? What's the Romans have actually wrote? For the state to be discovered, we fucking made Jesus up with bloody telling your porkies. You know what I mean? We just completely made him up. Do you know what I mean? So Jesus might have been created, but not by man on earth. I guarantee it. Absolutely not. I'm sorry if I repeat myself, right? But no one on earth could invent Jesus. I don't care, right? I don't care how, no one has the wisdom of the Bible. No one has that kind of intelligence, right? No one has that knowledge, that vision of, future. No one in 30 BC. I'll tell you what, I've got that 30 BC, right, when our Jesus were bloody around, right? Or the invented one, from the creators, or if he is real, right? If he is real, right? But no one would have that wisdom, right? No one, no way. Especially the highest educated Roman, back in day. Even the almost governing body of the highly intellectual people of that day could not come out with stories of the Bible, and do it over years and construct it. Too logistically impossible, to actually orchestrate that type of that type of system to control society. And as well, originally, it's like, about love and peace and charity, right? Now that's not going to control society. It's like, to control society, you've got to put fear into them. You've got to control them with fear. You've got to make them feel that there is no love. It's a cruel world. That's how you control society. You control society by putting fear into people as individual people. You don't give them love and peace and understanding and unity. And everyone's one. Because that'd only work against the government. That'd only work if everyone united and everybody helped each other. Do you understand what I mean? It'd be the opposite effect. To control society, you need to make fear to people. You've got to make people feel alone. You've got to make people feel their views are on their own, so they don't rise up. There's no unity, of a revolution. And that's what I did a video dinner on class and false consciousness, and that's what we're in now. So to control society, you don't talk about love, you don't talk about humility, you don't talk about compassion or peace, right? Because those things, right, are the ones that, bring people together, that give people motivation, that give people a sense of hope, and give people the fucking sense of power to make change, right? To control society by fear, making them feel alone, making them feel that no one cares about their views, no one's interested. You speak out and you're on your own. So you say this about us, that's it. You know what I mean? You're on your own, you're getting no help. Right, so it's contradictory to say that's why it was created, right? But that's how it started off, love and peace. And as time's gone on, and then it became political, and then it became, wars and the rest of it. But that wasn't religion. That was the government's then, right? That was the government, because and then, Jesus created, right? Not by the Romans, right? By a God or creator. And then it were the Romans, the governments, who then changed it into a political arguing with the church, control kind of thing, then to control society, right? So I'm sorry, right, but I don't agree with this. That some kind of confession's been founded, like the Romans are gonna write a letter for people to find in years to come. To question that, why is this document being found now? What? We created Jesus. Is this like almost like an outline, like a document detailing names, detailing the idea, who came out with the idea, what's in this document, what's right? Just because someone tells you something doesn't make it true, and just because you believe something doesn't mean it's true. Information. I mean, David Icke talks about it all the time. Information. You get told something for so long, right, and you will start to believe it. But just because you've been told for something for so long and you believe it, does not make it. It does not mean it's sure, it's fact. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Just my opinion that Jesus could quite possibly be being created, right? But no, not by someone on earth, and certainly not by you know, a Roman. You know, I don't care how bloody, you know, how bloody intelligent it was, right? What, you know, that's up you doing? No way. And I'll leave it there.